Social media, the virtual world of what is going on in our lives through pictures. This one girl just went to the beach, another got engaged, and this one guy is definitely skipping leg day once again. It's a great way to keep up with people who don't live near you and who you don't see every day, but is social media a good influence? There are many types of social medias, including Facebook, Twitter, Snapchat, and even MySpace, that have improved our way of living. My name is Tacey Bell, and I'm here today to talk to you about how social media is negatively affecting our lives. Social media has put an expected body image on what we're supposed to look like. It has affected our time management skills, and it has affected our mental health. All over social media, you see men and women's bodies, whether they're muscular and fit, skinny, or curvy. It puts an image in our heads that makes us think, well, I wish I looked like that, or if I look like that, maybe I get more likes. We put this image inside our heads that we can't seem to obtain or reach. Susan J. Paxton, a professor of psychology and public health at La Trobe University, states that using social media often revolves around appearance. People spend a great deal of time checking how they look compared to others and spend a lot of time talking about appearances. People who are worried about what they look like in pictures or on social media tend to feel more worried and stressed. In an article called Using Social Media is Causing Anxiety, Stress, and Depression on theheartysoul.com, it states that researchers have found that the longer you spend on social media, the more likely you are to be depressed. Another survey found that using Facebook and Twitter less helps students to be more focused and less stressed. This was kind of obvious given the fact that social media consumes you into the spiraling world of the internet that you can't seem to get out of, and when you do, you realize you just wasted 2 hours on Instagram watching baking videos. Social media can also alter your time management skills. Like I said, I find myself scrolling and scrolling throughout Twitter or Instagram and end up spending hours on top of hours on it without meaning to. In an article called How Does Social Media Affect Time Management, it states that a study showed that only 4% of students do not use social media daily, while 19% spend more than 4 hours of social media on social media platforms. Of course, it is okay to check up on relatives or friends that live states away and catch up with people you haven't talked to in a while, but sooner or later, it will end up consuming your time. An article by Lainey Peterson talking about the negative effects of social media on society and individuals, it states that some employees that companies hire have social media accounts and they may have developed a habit of checking their social media accounts multiple times during the day, even when they are working. Obviously, that won't get you far behind on your work, but if you check it too many times, your work can add up. Also, think about that possibility of your boss walking in while you're just glancing at your phone. In some workplaces, that won't be acceptable. In that same article from Lainey Peterson, she talks about how social media can affect your mental health. A shortened version of mental health is the condition of being sound mentally and emotionally, says the Merriam-Webster Dictionary. And you can also look up mental health for the longer version. But mental health is how you feel about yourself and the positive feelings about others. There's a story about a young star athlete from the University of Pennsylvania named Madison Holleran, who is intelligent, talented, successful, and portrayed to be always happy. She had an interview with ESPN and told them that her first semester away from her hometown, she started to feel anxious and depressed because she would scroll through Instagram and see her friends having the time of their lives and she wasn't. In January of 2014, Madison killed herself, and after ESPN investigated deeper into the crime, they found out that the role of social media played a huge part in her death by aggravating her anxiety and depression. Madison isn't the only case that is like this. Many people take their own life because of things they see on social media. With that being said, it also depends on who you follow and what they post. If people are constantly posting negative things, then you start to think that way. That's why I always follow more positive accounts. Don't get me wrong, I am guilty of all these things. I am constantly on my phone, I struggle with time management, and sometimes I get down on myself because I don't look a certain way like the celebrities I follow. Or I don't have the most expensive things that all my friends from high school have. But I have a good support system to help me get out of my funk. Social media isn't all bad, but I believe that it has many negative influences on your life, and maybe cutting back on your social media will make you happier than you've ever been. Thank you.